So just so I understand what I heard, the Harper government knew about this threat that the Iranian government had leveled against Canada, about violent acts within our capital, bombs and so on, and the threat of extortion by bringing up issues within our own national, or our own internal issues, the natives and so on. The Harper government was well aware of that, and that was the catalyst for shutting down the embassy in the first place, right?
Correct.
Okay, so now, after the change of the watch, Justin Trudeau, I can't imagine he doesn't know this, but I can't say that he does. I can't read his mind. So the question becomes, does he know this? And if he did, what action is he taking about it? So let's talk about the ramifications of reopening the embassy and what that means to Canadian foreign policy as far as Iran is concerned.
Well, I believe that, Justin Trudeau and his team, they want to have dialogue with Iran, and they believe that, it's good to have dialogue with your enemy, just to know what your enemy is doing. And I don't understand that, it is going to be really harmful to the Iranian community in Canada. Some, probably 7 members of an Iranian organization, which is pro-Iran lobby in Toronto, have drafted a letter, and then they CC'd the letter to the 2 newly elected Iranian MPs in Ottawa, right. Also to Justin Trudeau and probably another minister. I saw the letter, I read the letter published in an Iranian newspaper in Toronto, and then they gathered 200 signatures, and everybody, and 200 signatures, I know that all of us know that those 200 signatures are very easy to collect from people who are like-minded like them, right. Asking that, we have to normalize our relationship and also relax the sanctions against Iran, which is harming the Iranian Canadians in the community of Canada. I don't understand why for this particular nation, Iranian nation, so much Iran is important, that more than the safety and security of Canadians. What is it harming? Nothing has changed. If you go to all the Iranian supermarkets, you see the goods coming from Iran. The sanction never was Canadian sanctions on goods. We still send the stuff to Iran. But, we had bans on bank accounts, and, we had sanctions over the Iranian Revolutionary Guard members and Quds forces and also some officials. But these people are pushing it through the Liberal government to release all the sanctions, to reopen the embassy, and the media, the mainstream media, does not allow us to be heard. And the mainstream media is voicing the Iran lobby instead of voicing the anti-Iran regime activists and people who are living in Canada or in the United States since the inception of the Islamic Republic of Iran. So unfortunately, during the Harper government, over 60,000 Iranians came to Canada, which David Harris was, he extensively has written that, Iran has been trying to establish a 5th column in Canada, and he warned the Harper government to stop bringing so many Iranians here. We had so many Iranians coming to Canada through international studies program, and later on, all of them applied for PR, and they were given PR. They stayed in Canada, they became Canadian citizens, they worked for our departments, and I can tell you that every single HR department of Canadian government has been infiltrated by Muslim Brotherhood and the Shiite Islamic regime of Iran.
Now, when you use the term PR, you're talking about permanent residence.
Permanent residency.
Yes, just so the listener knows.
Yes, permanent residence. So, later on, all of those PhD and, the international students who came to study stayed in Canada. And we have the program. We allow them to stay within 2 years, probably, to apply and stay in country. So, therefore, the voices of us, people like us who left Iran 30 years ago, it's faded out. We have no voice. All the media, all the mainstream media.
We have people from Iran who are sent here by the regime in order to undermine Canadian sovereignty and to be able to set up a system that allows Iran to exercise influence through the Canadian government because of the positions that they hold. Am I getting this right?
They are, yes, and they are using our constitution against us. You imagine, they are using our multiculturalism against us, and we cannot say anything. I have been crying out for years that our multiculturalism doesn't apply the new trend of immigrants, and it needs to be, refurbished. It needs to be polished, but we cannot touch it because Mr. Trudeau's father did a very great job.
No, did he ever?
For his.
Okay, well, let's spend the last few minutes here because we're quickly. Father Time is working against us here. As desperate as it sounds, there must be something the average listener, the average Canadian can do. What do you suggest people do about this?
I suggest that Canadians really protest against the reopening of the embassy. We do not need Iranian diplomats to come here to help with, the consulate affairs for Iranians living in Canada, probably around, I can say maybe 250,000, maybe 300,000 Iranians living in Canada. We don't need to have an embassy. We never had an embassy, for I can say for how many years? Over probably 27 years in the United States. And, American Iranians go back and forth to Iran and United States, and they have never had a problem because they had an intersection in the embassy of Pakistan in the United States. And if they had to have any document to be translated or something to be stamped, they would have done it. We need an intersection in one of the embassies in here. We do not want to have any Iranian diplomats coming here because the diplomats have the immunity, and they can conduct any terrorist attack. Just go on to the next plane and then just fly back to Iran, and nobody can arrest them.
Unbelievable.
So, and also, the cultural center of the Iranian embassy all over the world, they have been doing a lot of infiltration and a lot of spying for the regime, and they create fear among the Iranian nationals, within Canadian society.
Okay, let me ask you something. If you could put together something and email it to me about this threat made by the government of Iran, stating, the idea of blowing up bridges and things like that. If you could put that into point form so that anybody reading it will get what you're trying to say, and because what I want to do is I want to put the question out there: does Justin Trudeau know about this? And if he does know about it, what's he going to do about it? Because I don't know I don't know for certain that he knows. We can speculate all we want, but the question needs to be asked: if he knew, when did he know? And what's that old phrase? When did he know? And what is he going to do about it? There's something like that. What did he know and when did he know it? That's it. And then what do you do about it? So I want to be able to put that question out there and try and get the government to answer that question. If you knew about a threat and you didn't do anything and you're now making nice with the people who made the threat, why? That's what I want to ask him.
Well, I guess the whole world is focusing on ISIS and the threat of the ISIS, which is a Sunni part of the Islamic State.
Right.
But they just undermining that the Iranian regime is one of the most the most dangerous regime in the world.
I don't think there's any argument with that.
And Claire Lopez always has stated that the Iranian regime is the most dangerous regime in the world.
Yeah, I think it might be time to bring her back.
Yes, and also David Harris, and also just like I have written an article about it, which I think it was published by McKinsey Institute about why I believe that Iran is a state sponsor of terrorism, and in there I have given all the in point form all the examples of what Iran had done in different countries, and the terrorist activities that Iran had done, and also why Canada closed down the Iranian embassy. If you wish, I can send you that article.
Please. I would love to have that. So
yeah.
I wish I could carry this on, but we are out of time. Shab, that's an hour, and I certainly think it was one of the most educational hours I've ever had.
I
Thank
am
you
so
very much.
sorry for not being very focused on my talk because, you know what happened to me today to my Facebook page, and
Shab,
I find
you
out
did a
recently that I
fine
was
job.
attacked by cyber army.
You did a fine job, and I'm glad you were able to join us, and I certainly appreciate the information you shared.
Thank you so much, and thanks to your listeners for being so patient with me.
All right. Well,
God
thank you.
bless you.
Same to you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, folks. I don't know what else to say. That wraps it up for me tonight. I will post that on Facebook as soon as I get it. And I think it's time we started asking this government what they knew and when they knew it. Because if they know this and they're still cuddling up to this group, to this government, the Iranian regime, they've got some answers. They've got to have some answers. So I appreciate that. We'll see you all again next weekend. In the meantime, Ubikeritas at Hamor. They are CBS. Good evening. God bless. Don't let anything disturb your peace, and may you have a fair wind in the following sea.